In today's lesson, we're going to talk about transfer taxes and what you need to know about transfer taxes for the Illinois broker examination. So grab your notebook, grab something to write with, and let's get started on this lesson. Welcome to this channel. I am Nonya, your real estate tutoress. I am a licensed broker in Illinois as well as a licensed instructor. On this channel, I bring you the best tips and tools to getting your real estate license in Illinois. I also answer any questions you may have about the process. If you're new here, welcome and do consider subscribing. Whenever there is a transfer of ownership from one person to the other, the document we use is called a deed. Now, the deed, after it has been transferred, can be recorded. And what I mean by recorded is it's placed in public records so that anyone who wants to see it can see it. In the state of Illinois, before you can record a deed, you must pay transfer taxes. So what are transfer taxes? Transfer taxes, as the term says, transfer tax. It is a tax that's levied when there is a transfer of ownership from one person to the other. Generally, in Illinois, it is paid for by the seller. The transfer tax is paid on the state level and it's also paid on the county level. On the state level, the formula is 50 cents per 500 or fraction thereof. And on the county level, it is 25 cents per 500 or fraction thereof. When I say fraction thereof, what I mean is if we have a fraction after we divide our taxable amount by $500, we also will multiply that fraction by 50 cents or 25 cents. I will show you an example so that it makes a little more sense to you. So let's dive in and take a look at some math problems. In order to find the taxable amount, here's what we need to do. First, we need to figure out what the sale price is, what the full consideration is. Then we need to subtract any personal property from that amount. Third, we will subtract any assumed mortgages. So if the buyer is taking over the seller's mortgage, we need to subtract that. And after we do all those, then we come up with our taxable amount. Let's do this example. A parcel of land sold for $450,000. The purchaser agreed to assume the seller's existing mortgage of $175,000 and to pay $275,000 in cash upon receipt of the seller's deed. The purchase price includes $25,000 of the personal property. What amount of county and state stamps must the seller affix to the deed? All right, so let's first of all figure out what the taxable amount is, and then we will solve for the taxes. Our full consideration is $450,000. Then we subtract the personal property of $25,000, right? So if you look, these numbers are from the question, so I'm not making up these numbers, okay? In the question, personal property was $25,000, so we need to subtract that. Then it says that the buyer is taking over the seller's mortgage of $175,000, so we need to subtract that as well. And now our taxable amount is $250,000. So now we would calculate our transfer tax on the $250,000. You can actually pause the video right here and solve for this, and then continue to see if you solved it correctly. The formula for state is 50 cents per 500. So first thing we'll do is divide by 500 and then multiply by 50 cents. And that gives us $250,000. And then on the county level, we'll divide again by 500, multiply by 50 cents, and that gives you $125. So for county and state, $250 and $125. Here's another example. Real property was conveyed for $185,000. What amount will be paid for the total transfer tax. If you think this question through, there is no assumed mortgage in this question, right? There is no personal property mentioned in this question. So we don't have to deal with it. We just calculate the taxes on what we're given. Now the question is, what is the total transfer tax? There are two ways you can do this. You could either solve for the state first and then solve for the county and add them together, or you could use this formula for the full thing. And the formula for the total is 75 cents per $500 or fraction thereof. So our purchase price is $185,000. We divide that by 500, gives you $370. Multiply by 75 cents and you get $277.50. Let's do one more example. Jerry conveys real property to Anna for $151,050. What amount will have to be paid in county transfer tax? Okay, and those are your options. Again, you could pause here and try to solve it, then continue later on. We don't have anything to subtract because all we have is the purchase price. And then we are looking for the county transfer tax, not state, not total, just county. So then we would use our formula of 25 cents per $500 or fraction thereof. Now, if you divide 151,050 by $500, you will get 302.10. Remember, it's per 500 or fraction thereof. So we have a fraction, therefore we round up, not down. Okay, so please remember it. If you have a fraction, you round up. So because we got 302.10, we round up to 303 and then multiply 303 by 25 cents. And that gives us B as in boy, which is 75.75. Okay, and that is our answer. So there you have it. That's what you need to remember for transfer tax. Remember the formula for state, for county, and then if they ask you for the total, know how to solve it. Either you solve for the two and add them together, or you just use 0.75 per 500 or fraction thereof. And then remember, if you have a fraction, you round up, okay? You don't round down, even if it's a small fraction. You always round up. If you found this content helpful, please do like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I release new videos. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions on this topic. Also, let me know if there are other topics in your curriculum that you want me to cover. I will link a video here that talks about the deed, so you can jump in and watch that as well. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.